So you want to learn how to sew, but you're on a tight budget, or you just don't want to waste money buying stuff that you don't need at the beginning. This is the video for you. Here's 10 things you actually need to learn to sew and a few that you don't. My goal is to remove as many barriers out of your way so that you can actually do it this time. I know you've been talking about wanting to learn how to sew and you've chickened out a lot of times because it just seems like a lot. And what I'm trying to do is move all of that out of the way, clear all of the noise so you won't chicken out this time. All right, number one is a sewing machine. Of course, in this video, I'm talking about if you want to learn how to sew with a sewing machine. So of course, you're going to need a sewing machine. Now, you don't necessarily have to purchase this. You might be able to get it from someone else. But if you want to learn how to sew, you're going to need a sewing machine. So what do I recommend? I do have a whole video of a bunch of different options for you. There's one video for sewing machines under $100, which we're talking about a budget. So I'll link that one. And then another video for sewing machines that are beginner that are going to last you a good amount of time. Where I stand as far as beginner sewing machines is the best sewing machine for you is the one you're going to use. It can be kind of confusing when you're listening to a lot of people telling you what type of sewing machine to get. Try to quiet out the noise and just simply find something that you're going to use, whether that's a hand-me-down because it has sentimental value or something that you purchase that actually has the manual and everything attached and maybe a warranty and somebody you can call if you need help. So the two things that I would recommend on a beginner sewing machine is that it has a back stitch. That's this button right here. And that allows you to lock your stitches and also a one-step buttonhole. That's not mandatory, but if you are going to try to do buttonholes, I would highly recommend a one-step buttonhole. That's my preference. It just makes things a whole lot easier. So I would actually recommend this Janome 1522 DG, maybe like $179 right now. There's a bunch of them I would recommend. So definitely check out those links. All right. So next up, you're going to need some pins. And pins come in handy for a number of reasons, not just to pin down your patterns or to pin fabric together, but they're also going to come in handy if you're altering something, you want to pin it up. And remember, you want to mark a line or put a pin where that mark is, then that's where I use pins. Now, you can get clips eventually, but at the very beginning, if we're just bare bones, get the pins. I've kind of started using these flat head ones. The top of them is really flat and it just causes it to lay flat on the fabric. Either way, it doesn't really matter, whichever one you prefer. There's ballpoint ones. I do have a video of talking about whether to use pins or clips for different things that you're doing. I will link that, but pins are your essential. All right, so next up, you are going to need some needles. These in particular are sewing machine needles, and then these are hand sewing needles. The difference between the two is with your sewing machine needles, they have a flat head and it goes up in your sewing machine. There's a ton of different types for whatever you're sewing. I do have a video on that. I know you're going to ask when you go look at all the needles, which needles do I need when I first learn how to sew? I don't want to spend money on all these different types of needles. I got you. When you first learn how to sew and you only want to get one pack of needles, get the variety pack of needles. It's going to have an 80-12, a 90-14. It might have a 116, which you're going to use more for denim and thicker fabrics, but you want to get that range of universal needles that's going to take you further along on the beginning of your sewing journey. And then there are different types of hand needles. This is just a pack of needles and you can get them with different like hole widths for the eye of the needle and different sharpnesses. For beginner sewing, whether you're sewing on a button, you'll need hand needles. All right, let's talk thread. If you are on a budget and you really want to learn how to sew, go get a black and a white thread. You're going to get a regular all-purpose thread. It might be Coats and Clark, which is the most common. It might be Gutermann, which is what you see here. Don't worry about the specific thread for what you're doing currently. I know I'm speaking blasphemy to some sewing people, but go get a white and a black all-purpose thread. But other than black and white, a gray would be great and a tan would be great. Then you can start looking at colors. They do have small packs of thread for, that I would recommend for beginners if you're just starting out with some basic colors in there so you can get a little snazzy with it, All right, so next up if you do decide that you are going to get more than just white thread and black thread, you are going to need some bobbins. Most sewing machines, if you do get a new sewing machine, comes with probably about 4 bobbins. But if you decide that you want to get a thread kit with some colors in it, you're going to need bobbins. They go at the bottom of the sewing machine. This one has a bottom loading bobbin. And like I said, it easier is a top loading bobbin because you can see the bobbin. Next up, something that you're gonna need, you're gonna hate to use it, but you're gonna need it and you're gonna wish you had it if you don't. And it is a seam ripper. Why? Because we all make mistakes. And when you make a mistake, this little baby is going to be your saving grace. You definitely want to have at least one of these. They do dull over time. So if you didn't know that and you're wondering why your seam ripper is just not working like it used to, it does dull. And unfortunately, I personally don't know of a way to sharpen it. But I do have a video on how to use these and how to seam rip faster. But yeah, keep at least one on hand. And then next up, you are going to need a tape measurer. This is a super long tape measure, but any tape measure will do. I feel like this is the more versatile of the measuring tools, unless you're doing quilting or anything that doesn't have to do with the body or any type of curves, then you can go ahead and get a ruler. But as far as fashion sewing or bag sewing, different things like that, a tape measure is definitely gonna come in very, very handy. I do have a video on how to measure yourself. Shameless plug. All right, let's talk scissors. I have talked extensively about scissors before as far as upcycling and beginner sewing. When you are beginning to learn how to sew, the most important part about scissors is just that they have not cut paper. So I would just get a brand new pair of scissors. It could really be any scissors. This particular pair is a pair of Singer scissors. You'll see it linked here. I'll give you a little ASMR. Very smooth pair of scissors. I also have a pair by LDH that I really like, but you can get the gingham scissors that are gonna cost you. And I'm not gonna say that those aren't better scissors. However, when you're first learning to sew, the important thing is that it's going to cut the fabric. And any scissors, and I've demonstrated for you guys before when we're talking about like t-shirts and stuff like that, or you're talking about cotton, any scissors that have not cut paper or just brand new scissors, even $5 from Walmart, those scissors will cut what you need to. They'll cut the thread, they'll cut most fabrics. Now, when we are talking about denim, leather, fabrics like that, then you're going to want something more along the lines of these. So with these that I'm linking, we do cut our leather, we do cut denim, and thicker layers. So when you get to that point, or if you're starting off at that point, then yes, invest in some good scissors. And just so you know, I will be putting links of all of these products, even the ones I'm telling you not to get, because I know that not everybody who watches this video is a beginner. Some people just click the link because I said don't buy specific things, and you're going to see something that you might actually want, or are beginners and just not on a budget and are ready to buy these things. All right, here's a few things you don't need necessarily. And this first one is going to be absolutely controversial because I know all the sewers are going to hate me for saying this, but you don't necessarily need fabric. I know. Boos and hisses all around the room from everybody because fabric is one of the, other than thread, is one of the most satisfying things to buy when you first start sewing, or actually throughout the whole process. I go into fabric stores and I'm just, like high of all of the patterns, the textures, the colors. It's just absolutely amazing. However, your closet is full of fabric. Just cut it apart and reuse it. We're learning. We're making tote bags. We're making pillows at this point. We don't necessarily need to buy fabric if you are on a budget. And it is better for the environment. I'm just saying. I know. I'm number one on the hit list right now. But I mean, we can do that as we go along. Next up is another thing that's controversial. You don't necessarily need to buy patterns. You can find many free sewing patterns right now. Mood has a whole host of sewing patterns for free on their website that you can use right now. I'll put the link in the description box, and you can use those to start out. So you don't necessarily have to spend your money on that right now. That money can go to something else, and they're amazing patterns. So definitely check out those resources. Just search free sewing patterns. They'll typically come in pages. You print them and you tape them together and cut them out. All right, so the next thing that you can save your money on is chalk or heat erasable markers. They're both very helpful. Most professional tailors use chalk. A lot of hobby sewists use the heat erasable markers. I use something that's free to me, and it is a sliver of soap. If you use bar soap in your house, you have these, and you've probably been throwing them away or using them for something else useful. But I use them in sewing. When they get down to a sliver, they are perfect, just like chalk. And to me, they erase easier. All right, so here's another thing that you don't necessarily need at the beginning, and it is a serger. A serger finishes the edges of your seams, and it's going to come in handy when you want to start making professional garments and you want to keep your garments from fraying. Now, I do have a video on a bunch of ways to finish your seams without a serger. So this will be a while before you absolutely need it. I have two different types of sergers. I have the Brother 1034D, which to me is the easiest serger to thread. And then I have the Baby Lock Victory, which is easier in a different way in that it air threads. And so it threads those hard parts for you. And when you're rethreading, you can just thread any of the needles out of order. Oh, and here's something else that you don't need. Am I saying that you don't need an iron for sewing? No, I'm not saying that. Probably already have an iron. If you already have an iron, just keep the iron that you have at the beginning. Would I love to have an actual sewing iron? Yes, I would absolutely love that. But for right now, this is doing the trick. So what do you think? It's not that much stuff. Outside of the sewing machine, that's the biggest ticket item, but those don't necessarily have to be expensive either. But all the sewists out there, let me know if you agree. What things would you add to this list and what things would you take off? And of course, I do have videos teaching you how to sew, how to take that sewing machine out of the box and actually get it started, do some stitches in 20 minutes, and then other videos that will take you further into the process of learning to sew. You can find those here. And if you are interested in the jeans that I've been wearing in this video, we just stocked a ton of our crisscross jeans for my brand Blueprint Signature. So definitely check those out. We carry sizes from 0 all the way up to size 30. And I am working on a size 34 or 32 and 40 because we want the widest range for everybody. All right, so definitely check those out. They are on sale, and we do amazing upcycles here, like I said before. So definitely check those out and subscribe so you don't miss what we do next. All right, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.